and welcome to the Lake Report. I'm Katie Sartoris, the local news editor at the Daily Commercial and your host here on the Lake Report. We've got lots to cover today, so let's get started with some headlines. It's showtime. No Vacancy, the movie based on the story of the Samaritan Inn that was filmed in Leesburg last year, hits the big screen on Monday, May 9th. The movie stars T.C. Stallings, Dean Cain, and Sean Young, and follows the story of Cecil Johnson, an addict who turned his life around. The AMC at Lake Square Mall, as well as the Epic Theaters location in Mount Dora, have showings set for the week. For more information or to book your tickets, go to novacancymovie.com. In our salute section this week, we've got a treat for you. Photojournalist Cindy Peterson spent some time in Washington, D.C. this week seeing the sights and veterans monuments. Pick up a copy of Sunday's paper to see D.C. from her eyes. The city of Leesburg on Thursday hosted a ribbon cutting for its brand new wastewater treatment facility improvement and expansion project. The $20 million undertaking increased the capacity of the facility from 3 million to 4.5 million gallons per day. Other improvements were made to increase the plant's resiliency to power outages, extreme weather, and natural disasters, as well as improve water quality. In our Dine section this week, we feature Jonesy's Cafe by Coffee Shop of Horrors. The sci-fi horror-themed eatery in Tavares is open 7 days a week, selling coffee, organic tea, craft beer, breakfast sandwiches, baked goods, and more. The shop also serves as a hangout with board games, karaoke, live music, and arcade games. Read more about how Jonesy's has been keeping people creepy and caffeinated on dailycommercial.com. Of course, you'll find more news on our website and in the pages of the Daily Commercial. Leesburg Fire Chief David Johnson is hanging up his helmet after nearly 3 decades working for the Leesburg Fire Department. Cindy Peterson joins us now with the story.
David Johnson with the Leesburg Fire Department, and I'll be retiring as the Fire Chief. Had about 3 or 4 firefighters in my life. They knew my dad. They were mentoring me and suggested that I try firefighting. And once I got into it, I thought it was intriguing. I also thought it was something that you can do service for the community, which at that time I didn't think I had that in me, but once I started school, I think that came out of me to want to serve the community. In April of 1994, I started with Leesburg as a rookie. It was different back then. The whole system, as far as service, for fire service and EMS service, has changed over the last 20 plus years. The fire department as a whole has added on many hats of what they provide to the community. And over that time, as that service has expanded, we have expanded our knowledge base and also our skill base. In 2012, I was promoted to deputy chief, where I was in that position till 2014 and had the opportunity to become chief in 2014 until this day. During the change at that time, as you know, that was during the economic downfall. One of the challenges that we had back then was the city wanted to put forth an exercise to see whether or not they want to provide fire service for the citizens of Leesburg and let that be with the county. So that was one of my first tasks as chief, to see whether or not do we even exist. We tried to change the culture within the fire department. We tried to instill that these young firefighters, let them know that this is a dangerous job, and you don't want to become complacent. So we've instilled in them to train and train hard and train a lot. Outside of the fire department, one of the things I was most proud of was dealing with the community. I had my kids, I call them the drum line. And over 6, almost 7 years prior to COVID, we did a drum line, and we were in the community with kids, and we tried to mentor them and also show them how to play drums and participate in different community events. That was probably a very interesting time, but it was also fulfilling. One of the biggest persons I would like to thank is my wife, Erica Johnson. She absolutely stood behind me, supported me in all kind of ways, and she took those days when I had to go to classes for weeks, and she would be home by herself. But all in all, I couldn't ask for a more perfect person to go on this journey with me, and now we're going to go into our next phase of this journey with this retirement. The next chapter is, I call it part-time. I'm going to be teaching at Texas A&M Emergency Management. I have to travel out there probably about 4 or 5 times a year, maybe more. And I also work at a local business, InfoTrack, which I started working there as a rookie on the side as a part-time job. Great business, great family atmosphere. I appreciate Mr. Kobe and his sons and all the family at InfoTrack for giving me the opportunity to come back in and still serve the community, but at a larger level.
So David spent a considerable amount of time with the city up until the time I met him, when I got the opportunity to promote him to Fire Chief. Taking the interim tag off of his title was one of the first things I remember doing. David is probably one of the most affable people I've ever met, and his friendly character served him well, I think, in his position, because it was tricky. Fire services is a difficult position. They handle a lot of crazy things, and then believe it or not, it's a little political too. David did a tremendous amount of stuff in our initial years with the fire sustainability plan. He did a lot to get training on a better course for our firefighters and EMS personnel. He did a lot with yelling at me to get equipment in the budget. And then, of course, all the stuff with the interlocals that David worked on. And he was instrumental in the ISBA conversations on the fire side there, too. So, David, we'll miss you. Your shoes are going to be hard to fill, but we'll miss you and enjoy the fishing. Good luck, and I'm sure we'll see you around town, my friend.
I just really am happy that I chose to come to Leesburg and had a chance to grow within this community. And this community has allowed me to grow in this department and progress through the ranks and serve this community.
Thanks, Cindy, and congratulations, Chief Johnson. We hope you enjoy your retirement. Don't touch that dial. When we come back, we check in with Alan Reisman, who has this month's Leesburg International Airport update. Welcome back. We hope you're enjoying this week's episode of The Lake Report, a partnership between Leesburg's Lakefront TV and The Daily Commercial. This weekly magazine show features news and event coverage from around our community. Have a story idea? We'd love to hear it. Shoot us an email at lakefront@leesburgflorida.gov. And now, Alan Reisman joins us with the latest from the Leesburg International Airport.
Hi, and welcome to the Leesburg International Airport. I'm Alan Reisman. Today, we're on location at the Sun Air Aviation and Flight School, where we're going to learn how to fly. Did you know that you can learn to fly at Leesburg International Airport right here at Sun Air Aviation? Let's go check in with Luke, our flight instructor here at Sun Air Aviation, to see what it takes to become a pilot and to learn to fly. Luke, what are we going to learn today?
Hey Alan, so today we've got Ryan here and he's going to take a discovery flight with us in our Cessna 182. So we're going to give a quick walk around the plane of what we do to get the plane ready, and then we're going to hop in and go take a flight. We've got our checklist here. So we're going to start here on the initial checklist, and we're just going to run through these items to make sure that everything is good to go. Because we don't really have easy pull-off areas up in the air, you know, like you do on the road. So one thing we always check before we start up is that all our fuel is good to go, because that's an easy thing that we can check to make sure it's good so we don't run into any problems after we've taken off. So under the wing here, the fuel tanks are actually in our wings.
Okay.
So we've got 2 of them in this plane, and these little things right here are little fuel sumps. So what happens is you push that up into it, and you'll drain a little bit of fuel out. Enough so you can see the quality. It's going to be blue because it's 100 low lead, so it's dyed to be that way. And then if there's any water in it, that would sink to the bottom, so we don't see any. It looks pretty good to us. Okay. Here's our flap. This is what allows us to slow down a little bit when we're coming in to land. So we extend those just to make sure they work, and we can see it's all on the tracks, on the rollers up there. It's intact, looks great. So what's gonna happen on takeoff is we'll be rolling down the runway, and I'm gonna have you pull back on the yoke just a little bit, and that's gonna cause this to come up, which is gonna raise our nose up. And off we go.
So how did it go, guys?
Yeah, we had a great time. Perfect weather. How'd you like it?
I loved it. It was great.
Awesome.
So if someone wanted to learn more about a discovery flight, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so you can check us out at sunairaviation.com. On our website, we've got all our information on there, or give us a call, 352-787-2211. And, or you can always just stop by, talk to an instructor, and we'll get you set up from there.
Well, we really appreciate you and Sun Air Aviation for giving us an opportunity to see what a discovery flight is all about. Thanks a lot, guys.
No problem.
Thank you for watching this month's Airport Update, where you got to learn how to fly. We hope you enjoyed it. And to learn more about the Leesburg International Airport, visit leesburgflorida.gov and visit our Facebook page, Leesburg International Airport-KLEE. Everyone have a great day and fly safe.
Thank you, Alan. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. We hope you enjoyed the show. To catch it again or to watch more episodes of the Lake Report, log on to Lakefront TV's YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to follow the Daily Commercial and Lakefront TV on Facebook for the latest. Until next time, get out there and explore this beautiful place we all call home.